friends, in this video session we will concentrate on attribute with role. So far we have covered attribute with text, number, date and lookup. Lookup we have seen two cases, and now we will concentrate on role type. Attribute with role type. Here the role type, in order to understand role type, we need to know how to create a role. There are two ways of creating the role. One is a global application role. Second one is database ad hoc role. So global application role means if you have a static list of the values, means the values will not be changed. In that case, you need to use global application role. If the users are changing with respect to time or different with respect to conditions, then we prefer database ad hoc role. If there is a dynamic list of values, we prefer database ad hoc role. And we will be using, these are the two APIs for creating the database ad hoc role. In the current video session, we will cover this one and we will execute how it will work with the static list of users. I don't want to disturb this particular existing workflow as it is intended for some other cases. For explaining this role concept exclusively, I would like to create a new workflow. So my case is, my example is second example, sending the AP invoice host to the multiple users. The concept is same which we have discussed earlier. Only thing here is we are sending the notification to the multiple users. That is the difference. In earlier case, we are sending the notification to the only single performer. Who is the performer? Item attribute is supervisor. To this supervisor we are sending only supervisor. Now we are going to send the notification to the multiple users. How we can send? Let us try to create a new workflow. I would like to delete the existing workflow. Now click on open, browse. I am browsing from the local machine with the WSTD. I already told you the procedure, WFSTD. Now when you open this WFSTD, you should not do any changes to this particular standard one. You need to click on file, save as. In your local machine you can change it or you can do anything. Save as XXMRA, sending notification to role. Copy this particular name and click on OK. Now it is saved. Now click on WSTD, click on new item type, your XXMRA role. XX role, you can take any name here. Now display name the same as your workflow name and description also same. And we will discuss about persistence later time, but try to use always temporary, and number of these also 0. Click on apply. Now your item type has been created. Now the first step we need to go for is go to what is your task. I told you process is nothing but begin end. Try to take this one as a recap of the previous videos. XX proc role, process for sending notif to can take copy this one. You can place this one as a description. Okay, and we need not to do anything here, and click on OK. Try to have this particular checkbox as runnable. Now click on OK. The process have been created. Double click on process. Now what we need to do is, here we don't have a start and end. Under your custom lookup, under your custom item type, do you have any functions? No. Now the WSTD comes into picture. Go to functions. Now add start to the process by dragging and dropping. And where is end? Yes, this is end. Drag and drop. Once you drag and drop, your WSTD no longer required. Now minimize like this. Now when you go to this particular function, double click, go to node. Here the start must be start, as it is a start function, and this function must be, go to node, this must be end. Okay. Now the start and are completed. Now my requirement is what? I need to send a notification, hold information. Click on new. XX message to roles. You can write anything here for this demonstration. Message to roles, and go to body. Here I am not sending the whole info. Hi, invoice hold have been created on following invoices. I don't remember the invoice name, but invoice name is, just try to remember, 100 AB. It is not correct invoice, but for testing we are concentrating on the role attribute. So I'm writing this body like this, Oracle team. Don't concentrate on this particular data. This is not correct, but for testing the role attribute, we are creating this workflow. So you can, if you want to see this particular text body, you can see like this. Click on OK. Now go to notifications. Now I need to create a notification. Here XX notif to role. XX display name notification to role. Description also same, notification to role. Now here a message you need to attach here. Click on apply. Now what is the next task we need to perform is, please click your notification from here to here, or this is the first method. Or if you want to get the notification from here, yes, you can get here. Already we have created the notification, right? Just drop down, you will get here notification directly. See here what I'm doing. You can drop down from here to here, or else you can create from in the process manager itself. It like this. You can create a new one or existing one. You just drop like this, internal name. Already existing notifications will be shown here. Just click on apply. Now after that, you need to you have a thumb rule, right? Message has to be at every notification is associated with one message and performer. Here attribute we need to select. We don't have attributes, that's why we are not getting any clue over here. Just check it out. Try to create a new attribute here. This is the case we are discussing now. Here attribute is what? Supervisor role. this is a attribute name I want to use. Supervisor role. Supervisor role I would like to use here also. Now the type is role. Without using this role, you can't send the notification to the multiple users. Click on apply. Now go to notification, node, here supervisor role. Click on apply. Now the almost development is completed. Now place your cursor on the start, press your right click and drag your mouse like this. Place your cursor on the notification now, right click, drag and drop from here. Here now your development of your workflow is completed. To understand the role concept, just click on validate and go to file, verify anything is same. Now save this workflow into the database. Apps wish. Now it is saved into the database correctly. Now everything is perfect. And now I already told you here, in order to understand the role concept, we need to create the role first. Here we have created a attribute which can hold the number of users or which can hold the role information, but we have not still yet created a role. Go to sysadmin or any responsibility who have access to HRMS module. Now I'm going to sysadmin. You can go to operations also. There is no issue. First open the forms. Once the forms are opened, form is open, go to HRMS management responsibility or HRMS manager Vision University. Now I'm going to HRMS management. Go to HRMS manager and transaction maintenance and global roles. Now I would like to open here, I would like to create here new global role. So here XX user multiple user. I want to use multiple user. Anything you can use here, no problem. XX multiple user. Now I would like to use role type here, employee type, no problem. And to whom you want to send, you need to decide, right? For that I am choosing these 4 employees. These are the 4 employees I am choosing. First employee is this person, and second employee is first person is completed, and the username of this particular employee is, we will select, no problem. And second employee is Jones, and third employee is Kingston. We will select only 3 employees in this particular role. You can select n number of roles, no issue in this particular in creating the role. Only thing is, under this role we are having 3 users. So this user role comprises of 3 persons. So the notification will send to these 3 users. Okay, remember this screen. I would like to remember this screen. Okay, what are the user names for this Horton? The username is Horton. The username is CHORTON. User application username is CHORTON. CHORTON. Next, second user is Jones Kerry. Jones Kerry is employee name. You can take any name from F&D user or per all people F. I am taking these three employees. That's it. J Jones, K Jones, K Jones, and third one is PROJMFG. PROJMFG. For whom? Kingston. So now you got employee name, you got employee name as well as application username. Right? Now role is created, and the workflow attribute with role is also created, and this particular supervisor role is attached to whom? The notification. So here the meaning of this particular workflow is you are sending the notification to the user role. User role having how many users? 3 users. That is the meaning. Now we will kick this particular workflow from the front end. Now save the records. Now go to what is the responsibility? Workflow web application. Workflow administrator web applications is a responsibility to which we need to go. And go to administrator workflow and click on home. Now what is the item type which you have created? What is the item type you have created? Go to your item type. This is your item type name. So what is the navigation? Go to Developer Studio. Now place your cursor on item type. Go. And now run this particular one. Now see here. So for running any workflow, you need to give what? Item key as well as user key. Item key I would like to use XX role 1, and user key also same thing you can give, or attach U at the end and 1. Now here supervisor role is, what is the role you have created? XX. You have created your role as XX multiple user only, right? Just click on OK. This is a role which you have created in the front end. When you create a global role, automatically it will come as a list of value here. If you don't create, it won't come. This workflow will go to only these users, the users attached to this particular global role. That is the purpose of the role. Now submit. Your workflow have been kicked correctly. Click on OK. Now the notification is gone to whom? How many users? The persons who are there in this particular supervisor role. Supervisor role is having how many users? These are the 3 users having. So let us see one by one. Go to this user and see whether the notification is kicked or not. Now what I am doing is I am checking whether the whether these guys got the notification or not. Open this one. Yes. What is your XX MRA sending notification to role only, na? Yes. So go to this particular notification. Now observe here. What is the notification number? 467-88903. This is very, very important to understand. What is the notification name? What is the notification number? Notification number ID. ID is this much. Why? What the purpose? I'll tell you in a while. Just try to remember this point. Why we are going through the notification ID. So this user got a notification of with notification ID is what? This much. Now I'm not doing anything. Just saw the I have visited my notification, but I didn't do any action. Go log out. Go to home. Now see here, your notification still is in your inbox, in your work list. Go to log out. First user we have checked, right? Second user, we need to go second user. Always try to check your user ID is user password is welcome only. It is a generic password. This person also got the notification. Go to this notification. See here, what is the notification you have got here? 469478903. What is the previously H? This Horton got which notification? Same notification or not? For understanding this one only, I am taking notification ID. Whether all three are getting the same notification or not, that is the purpose of this copying this notification ID. Next, third user. Go to third user. Click on login. See here, third person also got the same notification with the same notification ID. Now observe here, the K. Jones and Charlton did not take any action. Now the last person, Kingston, is taking the action. Just what he is doing is clicking on OK. Clicking on OK. Now once he clicked on OK, he is not able to see anything in his work list because it is completed. Now let us see. Only this person have taken action. Rest of the two didn't touch anything in the notification. But still, what happened to those notifications? Let us see. Whether they are having already notification or not. First person I will check. See, your workflow is wiped off. The work list is not there in this particular user also. Even the third person took some action on the notification. The notification in the other users also wiped off, means gone. Because being the notification ID same, if he clicks on OK or he clicks on OK, the same notification will be completed. That's why rest of the users are not able to see the notification once any one of the person taken place. Because if you send something for leave application to the three managers, for example, once he approves, any one of the person approves, then the leave should be approved. But this person is approved now. Later, if it is not completed, later K. Jones also approved. Later CHO RT1 Charlton also approved. Is there any meaning? No. Any one of the manager is approved, then your task is done, and rest of the two managers need not to take any action. So in that case, we need to prefer this particular concept. Next, let us see whether this particular workflow is completed or not. How we can see? Go to sysadmin, click on login, go to which responsibility? Workflow administrator web applications, administrator workflow. Go to click on developer studio or home, anything you can open. Now go to status monitor. Now what is your item type? XX. What is your item type? XX role. XX role is your item type. Click on go. Now see here, it is completed. The status is completed. Now we'll go through one more point here. When you see here what is the checkbox you are having here? Checkbox, expand roles. Now what is happening here is, when the notification is sent to the users, the same notification with the same notification ID is sending. If any one of the person takes action, then rest of the two persons are not seeing that notification. But the persons that these two persons are asking, I didn't see any notification. I want to see those notification. Even one of the person approves. Then we need to use here expand roles. Expand roles means you're sending the notification to the three users, three different notifications. Means they are not independent on any of the notification. Means here if you send the same notification is sending with the notification ID same, right? If any one of the person action takes place, then the notification is wiping off. Now next time when we use expand roles, what happen? The notification ID is going to be changed. Notification ID is going to be changed. If any of the person is took any action, the rest of the two will not be affected. They are independent. That is the importance of the expand role. That is expand role. Let us try to execute this one. Now what would happen? Here same notification will be sent to the three different users with the three different notification ID. That is the difference. Validate it. I am clicking on. Now what I am doing, what I did is expand roles I am using here. Save as into the database, apps, wish. Now try to kick the workflow from the front end. XX role. What is your workflow name? XX role. Click on go. Now run. What is your item key? XX role 2. What is item user key? XX role U2. What is the role you need to select here which you have created? That is multiple user. Submit. Click on OK. Now what happens? You need to be very clear. The notification is sent to all the notifiers. Now let us check. The notification independent from each other or all are having the same notification with notification ID or not. We will check that. Go to first user. See, he got the new notification. Just open it. See here. What is the notification ID? This is a notification ID. So here this is with expand roles. Notification ID with expand roles. Notification. So in the earlier cases, the notification is same without expand roles. If you use without expand so without expand role. First user we have checked, right? What is the second user? Now he is clicking on OK. First user only clicked on OK. So in his work list, the notification is wiped off. And in the earlier case, one person reacts, rest of the two persons will not see the notification. Now in this case, one person reacted. Now let us see the second person, third person is having any notification or not. K Jones I am logging into. See, still he is able to see the notification. And see what is the notification ID? 905. 905. See here, notification ID is independent from each other. They are different. Now he is also doing this some action. Now the last person should not see any notification if you are using without expand roles. But we are using with expand roles, right? The last user see whether he is able to see the notification in his work list or not. See here, still he is able to see. Now the notification ID is 906. See here, notification ID is independent from each other. That is the importance of your expand roles. But in real case, we will never use expand roles. Without expand roles only, we'll try to use, because we use ad hoc roles. Almost all cases, I have used ad hoc roles only. Very rare case we will be using this global application role. The static list will not be there most of the cases, but if you get a chance to work on that topic, you can able to work on. This is the end of the video for the role with the global application role. Now in the next video we'll work on database ad hoc role, and with EBS create ad hoc role and add users to ad hoc role. And you will not have the access to this particular next video until you purchase the videos. Thanks for watching. Please watch next coming videos. Hi friends. In the last video session, we have seen how to work with the global application role with separate workflow. Now we'll work on database ad hoc role. It is used to have the dynamic users or performers with the concept called role. We call it as database ad hoc role. So we can create ad hoc role by using create ad hoc role procedure, and we can add users to the existing ad hoc role. Now let us work on this particular topic. In the last video, we have created one workflow. I would like to open that. Apps. So if you remember, XXMRS sending notification to the manager. This is the notification we have created. Actual notification. If you remember, so this is the notification. Here, to whom we are sending this notification? To the item attribute. To whom we are sending? The supervisor. And we have seen how to work with the lookup types by providing the values, list of values to this particular supervisor. We are giving the input. Now the requirement is, I want to give the input to the supervisor. I want to send for this supervisor, how many values you can select in the front end? Only one, right? But the requirement is, first when it is triggered, it must go to 2 users or 3 users or 4 users. It may be different from the workflow one run to another run. So then it is similar to like your previous case is sending the notification to the multiple users. But in the last class, in the last session, if you remember, we have worked on global application role. Once the role is created, once the users are added to that role, it is fixed. We can't change that values. But here we need to change the values as per the requirement. From workflow to workflow run, it will changes. Then in that case, we will prefer dynamic database ad hoc role. So how we can work means, here this particular supervisor must be of role only. First concept. First thing is we need to change this. We need to change this particular supervisor from lookup to role, because lookup means it is an independent. It is something like your independent value set. Now we are giving the role. In this role, whoever the users are there, to them this particular notification will fire. So this notification will fire to the role of or multiple users based on the assignment. So in this workflow, we are not going to do any changes. Just change the supervisor from lookup to role. That's it. That is your task is done from the workflow builder. Validate it and save into the database. Apps, this. Now everything is coding now. Now I would like to add the users. I want to create a dynamic Hadoop role, database Hadoop role, and I want to assign a users. How can I assign it? So first we'll submit the workflow. You will understand now. You remember or not? Create process is to create the process. It is to set the owner. It is to assign the attribute text. This is to assign the attribute number. This is to assign the attribute date. And this is used for starting the process. Now we are going to change the value to this particular attribute. How we can assign means by using Hadoop role API, WF directly API. So let us see that WF directory. Just click on F4. See here. What is the API we need to use is WF directory dot create Hadoop role. Create Hadoop role. Yes, this is the procedure which we need to look into. This is the procedure we need to take. So here, what I need to do is, here, what are the parameters you are having? These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 parameters are there, among which you need not to use all of the parameters. Just try to use only 3 parameters. One is, see here. These are the parameters I would like to use. And these are the parameters which I need to provide. What is a package WF? WF underscore directory dot create Hadoop. Now I am creating. It is similar to your global role creation. Before attaching your users, and above if you remember, we are giving XX MRA multiple users like that. Nah? That one. It is similar to that one. It will create the name of your Hadoop role. That's it. So I want to give the role name here. Whatever you want to give, you can give here. It is role name is XX MRA hold release. This is your role name. Now the display name I would like to take here is XX MRA hold release. That's it. And the description, you can have the same thing. It is just creating your role. That's it. We are not doing anything here. Now with this API, it will create a role. That's it. This name will be created. Now what we need to do is, we need to add the users to this particular role. Like how we added in the front end, in the same way we need to add here also. For that, we are having one more procedure called add users to Adobe role. This is the procedure. So what is the directory? What is the API package name? wf dot wf dot. This is a procedure. This is a role name. So these are the two parameters which we need to see. In this way only we develop the workflow. Exactly how we develop, in the same way I'm explaining here. So what is the role name you have used here? This is the role name. Now what are the users you want to give here? You need to decide here. Whom you are sending it is to the C block. To the C block. Select start from friendly user where user name like C block. C black. This is a user. So along with this user, I want to send the same notification to the operations. I want to send the same notification to the operations. So here, how many users are there? 2 users are there. Just add them. C black, comma, operations. If I want to send to the 10 users, just place comma and add any number of your users. Okay, this is the syntax for this particular creating the users. So I would like to write here creating Adobe role, which is one-time activity. Like creating the table, create table name like that. It is also a one-time activity. Now adding users Adobe role. Now how many users we have added? Now this particular notification, this particular message is going to how many users? Earlier only one user which you are selecting or which you are setting from the backend. Now this particular notification will go to how many users now? It will go to 2 users. Let us try to submit this one from the backend and see what are the tables affected and see how it is sending the notification to these 2 users. Now select entire code. Yeah, we missed one point here. Now you have created Adobe role, right? This Adobe role we need to set to the supervisor attribute. Now this is supervisor is made as what? This supervisor, this attribute is made as a role attribute. Now we are giving the input also role attribute. Earlier it is text means we have to give text. If it is a lookup, we cannot give from the backend. Already it is a static values which are assigned to this particular supervisor manually. Hope you are getting my point. So here we need to give role only, as it is a supervisor is a role. The system automatically checks whether this particular attribute is role type or not, whether the input value given is a role or not, or user. Anything you give, that will check automatically. So system automatically understand, yes, supervisor is a role type, that's why it is checking for role, whether this role is existing in the database or not. That will check that point only. Okay. Now I would like to run this program. It will throw so many errors. We will rectify it. Now if you observe, first we need to change the item type, item key. I'm changing it to 130. Item key 130. Now it is fine. Now observe here. Okay, with this we will not get any issues. Only issue we get is with the out parameters. This is the issue which we are getting due to this particular Hadoop role. Hadoop create Hadoop role have a out parameters. Syntax error. See, in-out parameters. These are the two in-out parameters. We are missing that point only. So for that, what we need to do is you take two variables. One is L underscore Hadoop role, which is equal to this. Now one more variable is Hadoop display name. Hadoop role display. You are assigning like this. Now place your variable here and place your Hadoop role display here. Why? Because this particular procedure have out parameters and we need to provide here two variables to hold those out parameter output values written by the create Hadoop rule. I think this is a basic of a procedure. Procedure when it is returning a value, we need to provide a variable to hold that value. So we are providing the two variables. That is the error we are getting here. So now here the two variables are placed here, but they have not declared. So I am declaring, which are of varchar 2. Say 360. Now everything is fine. I would like to run this program. Now it is successfully kicked. Now what is the expectation? This particular workflow should send to how many users, operations as well as C black. Now let us open those two users. Go to log out. Go to C black, login. See here, today it is kicked. Just remember this notification ID. Now again for C black, what is the notification we have got? 4678912. Now again go to operations. Now we got one more notification. See here, what is the notification number? See, notification ID is same, means the same notification is triggered to how many users? 2 users. So hence the testing is completed. So any one of the person approves, then the other person's notification will be wiped off. Let us see C block. Let us go to C block and see 911 is there, but 912 is not there. Observe here. So why? Because it is sending to the multiple users without expanding roles. Please try to to go through the last videos, then you understand what is in the expand role. Because it is not, we have not used here expanded roles. That is the reason why any one of the person is approved, the notification is going to end. That's it. Hi friends, in this video, in the last video we have seen how to create a ad hoc role by using APIs and how to add the users to the existing role by using add users to ad hoc role. Now we will see what are the tables affected when this particular when the ad hoc role is created. Select star from WF roles. The table which stores. Okay, one second. WF roles where what is your role name, ad hoc role name which we have created in the earlier session is this one. In the WF roles, the column name is name which will stores the your ad hoc role name. See here, your name of your ad hoc role and display name and description, and the status is active. This is also very important, and the expiration date is not there, means it is null, means it is active. Now one more table also affected in the same way. This WF roles is not a table, it is a view. Select star from WF local roles where 1 equal to 1 and name is equals to your ad hoc role name. So whatever the information you see in the WF roles, same you can see in the local roles also. And if you want to see the users which are attached, which are assigned to this particular role, the table is WF user roles. where where role name is equals to this much. So see here, what are the users we are having? Clerk and operations. In the last video, if you remember, clerk and operations we have used. And here you need not to use here comma. You can use space also. The separator can be a space or comma. So with this, this video session is completed. In the next video, we will work on some APIs which are exist in WF directory. So far, we have seen only two procedures in this particular workflow. In this particular workflow, we are having around 20 procedures and functions are there. So among which some of them will be discussed in the next session. Thanks for watching. Please watch next video. Hi friends, in this video session, we will work on some of the WF directory procedures and functions. There are lot many procedures and functions provided by the Oracle in this particular package, and we are going to explain these 5, among which this is already completed. Now we will work on add user to ad hoc role. We have already covered this one, but we will see some of the functionalities of this particular procedure. The add user to ad hoc role, that means here when you go to this particular WF roles, you can see your role name, right? And when you go to WF user roles, you will see what are the users associated with this particular role. Now I want to add one more user to this particular existing role. Then in that case, what is the API we need to use? That is WF directly add user to the ad hoc role. So let me show you with the example. So begin and WF directory is a API, is a package where you can find the number of procedures where you can see add users to Adobe role. This is your procedure which you need to check. Dot. This is a procedure which you need to use. Now we need to pass how many parameters? Role name and role users. Here to the role users, you need to give what are the new users you want to add to this particular role. So here, if you give the existing users, it will throw error. And if you give the new user names, then only it will create a, it will add a user to the existing role name. What is your existing role name? This is your existing role name. XX, you give first parameter as your role name. To which role you want to add new user, that name you need to give here with your, with this symbol. Now role users. Already how many users you are having? Crown, B, CB, CB Brown, C Brown and operations. Now I want to add a new user. You can take any users, for this is for just demonstration. FND user. Here I want to take this particular person. See here. Currently how many users are there here? 2 users. Let us try to execute this particular one and see this is that the table is affected or not. So invalid username. So use a valid username, T green. Why invalid? I'll tell you. So now see how many users earlier we have? 2. Now see 3. Now in the case, in some other cases, you will get a chance to add more than one user. In that case, how can you add? I want to add these users, 2 users. So first user, this is a second user. Second user will be separated by comma, or you can have here, instead of having the space, instead of having the comma, you can have space also. Anything you can use. The separator can be a rule, can be a space or comma. That's why earlier we got the error that particular user having a space in between the in between the name. That's why it is gone into error, that is user is not valid. So the user must not have any spaces. A valid user must not have any spaces. So here we are separating with space. Let us see how many users are there. Before executing it, how many users are there? 3 users. Go to this tab and run it. Now let us see. Go to this tab and run this particular tab. How many users are there? 5 users are there. So in this way, we can work on add users to Adobe role. If you execute again, already services and corporate both are existing, right? Both are existing. If you execute again, see what it is saying. The user or role relationship for user services and role XXMRA whole release already exist. That means these two particular users are already associated with this particular role name. So we need to check this particular one every time. We need to handle this in the program, in the PL SQL program. If it is a new user only, you need to use this particular, you need to execute this particular API. Otherwise, you should not. Now, I got a situation that first copy this one to a new tab. Go to language, SQL. Now So this particular API is used for adding the new users to the existing Adobe role. Now we will see the next API is, go to this one, remove user. I have got a chance to remove this particular. I get a situation where I need to remove the some of the users from the role. So in that case, what is the API I need to use is remove. See, there is a API called remove user from the Adobe role. It is also similar to your workflow directly add users only. This is a procedure which is there in the API. Now we need to write a code here. How can I write here? Just writing the here, add your WF workflow directly, WF directory dot remove users from the Adobe role. Here the role name is same as your how we have passed to this particular API. Here also we will pass in the same way. Next, how we have applied usernames. Here also we can apply usernames. Here the separator can be a comma, it can be a space. Here we would like to remove this. So now I would like to comment this particular one because it is not required for this demonstration. Now execute this. Here, how many users are there now as of now? Totally 5. Now I am deleting 2 users. Let us see what happens. WF user 3 users. If I want to delete one more user, what should I do here? Change your user role. That's it. Now see, there are 2 users. So in this way we can work on WF directly remove users from Adobe role also. This is the second API. Now we will see other API called get role users. Means I have got a situation to get users who are there in that particular what you call user role. Then what I should do is I should use WF directory dot I need to use get role users. Let us see the input parameters, out parameters of this particular procedure. This is very important. Sometimes you need to work on the users to restrict the notification to perform any action if any of the person who reacts in this particular role. So first one is role we need to give. What is a role? This is a role. So first one I have given the role. Now second one is here. Second one is out parameter. Out parameter means you need to place here one variable XX users or L underscore users. But here this user must be of this particular type. Otherwise, because it is a table type, it is an index by table type. That's why I'm defining a variable called declare like this. this L user type, L users must be having this data type, otherwise it can't hold number of users, because this particular get role users will return list of the users, means more than one record will be one record will be returned. So for that reason we are going to use a bulk collection variable. So now I would, so this particular variable holds what number of users existing this particular role. Now I would like to print it. How can I access the values in the L users, as it is a table type? For I in, for I in dot L underscore users dot count. That means what it will do, from the first index onwards to last index, it will repeat. Here L underscore, you can write in many ways. Here first last also you can use, you can use last also. Here L underscore user